Hi everyone, Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Today we are continuing our travel folio project, and we left off with the two sheets being glued together, and I needed to let that dry really well. So it's dry now, so we can continue with covering our little folio travel journal thingy. I don't even know what to call it, but yeah, you know. So I am going to use, I guess I'm going to use art glitter. Because I don't want to get into the situation like we had last time with the glue being really wet, and I didn't want to continue the project because the glue was so wet. So we kind of stopped where we were. Hopefully you've had a chance to gather supplies and the things you want to use, and you know, hopefully maybe you're crafting with me now, or you're just watching and getting ideas. Maybe you got the idea from my first video and you just ran with it, which is awesome. So good on you. I do that a lot when I'm watching videos. I get the general idea or the general, you know, general idea of something, and then my imagination takes off and, you know, I'm off and running. And I think that that's what it's all about, really. I mean, sure, you know, there's some how-tos that people can learn. But yeah, once you get those how-tos, then yeah, you can just get the hint of of an idea and, you know, go from there and take it in whatever direction you want to take it in. So we're just folding those pieces where we want them to be. And yeah, so I think this is going to work a lot better. Now I want to probably put this on. This art glitter tends to dry really fast. If anyone knows how to get this lid off, I would appreciate. I cannot. This will not move. And I got this whole big other bottle to refill the smaller one with, that now I can't do that because the cap seems to be glued on, and I'm not sure why that would have happened. But yeah, it's very, very disconcerting. So now what we want to do is get everything in frame, right? So I'm going to do my corners this way just because I have better luck. You could miter your corners, or, you know, do corners however you do them best, however it works out best for you. I seem to have a hard time when I cut the corners. I just don't, part of the time I just don't get it right. The other part of the time it works perfect. Why the difference? I don't know. So I'm just going to do that and glue those down really good. because I want the corners to look as best as possible, you know. Oh my goodness. How many times can I miss that? Oh my goodness. Okay. So, then, now I always do the long edges first. Don't ask me why. I really don't have any technical reason for doing the long edges first. So again, you know, if you want to do short edges first, by all means, that's fine. Maybe somebody at some point said a reason why, you know, they did long edges first, and so that's just what I started doing too, but I don't recall now. I'm just taking a bone folder and just, you know, kind of squishing that down as best as I can. And we're going to open it up, and we're going to make sure that we have a good amount of glue everywhere. In there, under there, along here. I hope I'm in frame. If not, sorry. This is kind of big, so bear with me. Once we have it pared down a little bit, it'll be better. Basically, I'm putting glue all over the bag part, underneath these flaps, way up to the edge, under that flap, and then all over in here, and along the edge again there. Just make sure everything has a good cover. Because, oh, the sights this will see, huh? You can just imagine where this might go. Okay, so this is, oh, now I'm trying to get these to be a point, and they're not. That's why I like to do a dry first. You know what I mean? Dry fitting. Make sure everything is laying the way it's supposed to and everything, and then we'll come in here with the glue. And close the deal. We're going to close the deal on this. You want to have, you know, your whatever paper you're using, whether it's a, you know, scrapbooking paper pad or digitals, you want to make sure the digitals are printed on pretty durable type paper. You don't want just regular copy paper. You want something heavier. Actually, double-sided scrapbook paper is like the best. you know, as far as durability and weight, that kind of thing. So, but you know, if you don't have, you don't have, and you know, I'm not going to promote you going out and buying anything for any of my, well, most of my projects. You know, sometimes I'm using something that's pretty specific, but I try to stay away from that for the most part, because I get it, you know. I mean, I have watched so many videos where they're using something specific or what have you, and I think, oh, I have to have that. You go out and buy it, and then you might not ever use it again. And so I tend to want to stay away from using materials and stuff that someone might not have. You know, it's like our project the other day when we were making our own designer paper type of thing, and I was using watercolors. I was using top of the line watercolors because I'm a watercolor artist, and I tend to have, you know, the professional grade, the higher upper end, you know, and in all honesty, when I did buy those watercolors, yeah, they were expensive, but they're a whole lot more expensive now. So that's why, you know, for that project, I said, you know, use what you have. You know, acrylic paints would work, you know, just all kinds of things, all kinds of different things. You know, acrylics would work. You know, you add water to acrylics, and you know, they're close to watercolors. Okay, so as that, yep. Okay, so right now we have to do the inside. All right, I just want to make sure everything is good and stuck down. Just make sure everything is good and stuck down. Okay. Now I have this paper that I was going to line the inside. And I want a little bit of a border. So I want to cut that right about there. Okay. Oops. It's important I use my cutter, remember? I can't cut straight with my scissors. I mean, not doing a full sheet like this. That would be a disaster. Okay, so that is, what is that? Ugh, not even a measurement I can do. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to need a little bit more, so I'm going to cut this second one. I'm just going to line this up. There we go. Okay. Let's good. Where are you? All right. You've been bugging me enough. This side too. I'm gonna get some in there. Okay. Now, that's good. Huh? That's good. Okay. Ugh. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm not gonna know where that is, so I just want to make sure that that is really, you know, we both know where the fold is supposed to be, me and the paper. Huh? Oh, honestly. Okay. Was there a right side or a wrong side? There looks to be. There looks to be a right side and a wrong side. I think that's going the right side. Right way up. Always gotta watch for that, you know, with paper. Just make sure that you got the right side up. Okay. So I'm going to use double-sided tape. If you don't have double-sided tape, don't worry about it. Just use a really good glue and make sure everything is glued down well. If you do have double-sided tape, you know, you might want to think about getting it out. I know it can be a little pricey, and it's not a supply that a lot of junk journalers have. I made memory albums that are, you know, they're just done differently than journals, and you know, I do use a lot of double stick tape in those projects, and so that's why I have it. But I don't rarely use double stick tape with my journals. Oops. Wait a minute, where are you? Come on. There we go. So I hope everyone is having a good week so far. How are you coming with this project? Are you liking it? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Do you think people would use it or not so much? I don't know. I suppose someone that is a planner, someone that likes to make lists, someone that likes to have things written down, you know, they might really love this. Someone that's organized, you know, someone that's kind of fly by the seat of their pants type, maybe not. You know, it just depends. You know, if you have someone you'd like to give a gift to and you're not sure what, this might be a good answer, you know, good choice. Just depends, you know, on the person. They travel a lot, you know, they might be kind of well, you know, yawn type of thing. But if they don't travel a lot and they're getting ready for this big adventure that they've been planning and saving for a couple of years, and they're real excited, and they don't travel a lot, and they're kind of nervous and not sure how they're going to keep track of everything. This might be perfect for them, you know? So I'm kind of a nervous traveler. I expect things to go wrong. And so I like to have contingencies, like, okay, so yeah, the boarding pass and all that is in your phone, but what happens if you can't get internet? What happens if you can't bring it up on your phone? Then what? You know, I usually take a screenshot of my boarding pass. I think they can still read the QR code even though it's a screenshot. So I tend to do that just in case, you know. What happens if you can't get internet? You're in the line with TSA and they want to see your boarding pass and you can't bring it up on the app because for some reason you're not getting internet. So then what do? You know? So yeah, I usually like to plan for those things. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be able to use what I cut off. Why did I cut? Oh, I cut it off this way. That's right. That's why. Okay, awesome. Well, this works. This is super fun. I like that. Do I dare? No. I am not going to take the chance, guys. I am not going to take the chance. If it's important, I gotta use my cutter. That's all there is to it. And I could still get it wrong. Uh-oh. This might not be going the right way, but I don't suppose it matters. It's going to be covered up anyhow. All right. So. Yeah, so I'm a nervous traveler. I just constantly thinking, what could go wrong and what can I do to mitigate this going wrong? I don't travel that much. I haven't traveled that much. It's one of my regrets in life. I had a period of time where I had the money and I could have done some traveling. I would have been on my own, but you know, that's okay. Don't mind that. I mean, that in itself didn't. Well, maybe it stopped me. I don't know. I was pretty, you know, a friend of mine when I was during my single time. A friend of mine called me Warrior Princess because I just had, you know, no fear. I loved going to movies by myself. Oh my goodness, I loved going to movies by myself because you got to see what you wanted to see, right? No compromises, you know. If I wanted to see a movie, I went and saw the movie. And once the lights are turned off and the movie starts, you really don't realize you're by yourself. At least I didn't. I mean, you can't sit there and visit with someone if you're watching a movie. people around you would be pretty upset by that. And of course, you want to watch the movie, so you're not there to visit, right? So I don't know. I loved it. I didn't mind it at all. And I got to see movies I wanted to see. You know, I didn't have to compromise with anyone. So that was awesome. And I would go to restaurants by myself. I'm not saying I was totally comfortable with it. I usually made sure I had something with me to look at or to read, something like that. So when you're waiting for your food or what have you, you have something to occupy yourself with. Back then, well, no, it wasn't that long ago. We had our cell phones and what have you, but I don't know. I always made sure I had a book with me, or a journal or something that I could occupy my time with while I was waiting for my order, But I didn't mind it. Okay, so there we are, and we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna let that get good and dry. Now this, I was thinking, this is pretty thick. I mean, we could do it like a 3 pamphlet stitch, like we do with our journals. That would work. But I'm wondering if we want to do it Madeira style, where, there's something that holds it in and you can take it out. That might be nice, if someone, of course, you'd have to have an awful lot of travel to use this up. But I was thinking about this too, and it's like, it's not just writing down dates and flight numbers and hotels and what their phone number is and, that type of thing. But it could also be a journal for your trip, things that, just writing about your trip and things that happened, or, that kind of thing. You could make, it's a whole travel journal, where you could write about your trip and stuff. So, and then you could keep this as a memento in and of itself. You could take it out and then possibly put in something else. Of course, I'm not sure how much, wear and tear this might take. But, so, yeah, that's a thought that we want to do. So, but what we can do, because we know that's going to be there, so we can work on our little, did I lose my pieces? Alright. We can work on our passport pocket. Passport pocket. So that would go like that. I wonder, I bet you we need to put wings on here. We do. We need to put wings on here. So this would come down like that. That's awesome. But yeah, we need to put wings on this pocket. So we don't want a big one, I don't think. So what do we think about 1/2 inch, huh? I'm gonna go with a 1/2 inch. We'll do a couple of these. Is that, was that a 1/2 inch? I think that was 3/4 of an inch. That was 3/4 of an inch, so sorry about that. It's 3/4 of an inch. Of course, you could do yours any size you want to, or not at all. That's up to you. Okay. So I'm gonna fold this in half. Ugh. Kinda. Oy. I would score it. You know, scoring would be a good thing if you could. Scoring would be awesome. I kind of suck at scoring, to tell you the truth. I don't know why. My paper always seems to move, and then my score is going off. You know? It's just ridiculous. Yeah, my score just goes off. It's not straight. I don't know why my paper moves. I wonder if that'll work out. Okay, so I'm gonna fold this one. It's easier to fold them if it's a smaller piece, that's for sure. I hope I'm being in frame here, guys. Test on me. All right. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to run a bead on here. Get that glued up really good. Let's stick that down. Oh, not there. Jeez. Get that lined up along the edge. Get that stuck down. On this side, do the same thing. Yeah, this will be good. And, you know, giving it wings will actually mean that you can put maybe a little bit more in there too. Not just the passport, but maybe you can put other things that might be, you know, of importance. Going to trim that. Rounded the corners and had it all trimmed out in gold and all nice. Well, I thought I would use these for like journaling cards or something, but you know, so I trimmed them in gold and everything. So anyway, this will work. This will work. I mean, it's not totally closed up and tight. I wouldn't put anything in here that's going to be small that might slip out. But, you know, passport isn't going to go anywhere. Or some other document, you know. If you put a toothpick in here, it would probably slip out. Slip out the bottom. But I just don't want the sides and the bottom to get all, you know, balled up together. So, there. Okay, now, before we stick it down, we want to be smart. Okay, so we're going to have a tie closure, right? So I have, does that go? Do we like that? I don't know. I thought it would be fun. Just a little bit of just color. Making that. So, yeah. Where's my pokey tool? And my little cushion here. Okay, so we're gonna eyeball it, go right through the middle, more or less, give or take. Right? Oh, and then we're going to, do we want to worry about the middle? Where'd my, oh, here's my pencil. Well, let's look and see where the middle might be. Okay, it's almost 5 inches, so we're going to go 2.5-ish. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exact, that's for sure. So, we're going to do it right there. Okay. All right, now we're going to use a brad to attach this. Like so. Oops. And we're gonna push that down. Now, these little legs here, brad legs, is that what they're called? I don't know. That's what we'll call them, right? They can get in the way of things going in and out. So whenever possible, I like to cover them. Also, I wonder, maybe this tape would be better. Because I'm thinking, well, I'm always thinking, I suppose that's part of my problem. This tape is, I think that's going to work better. So if you don't have tape that you could use, just use any old piece of, you know, something you've cut out and just glue it on top of that really good. So, you know, you have something that's going to keep this from getting hung up whenever you're putting things in and out of a pocket. If you use brads and it's, you know, a pocket type situation where things are going to come and go and in and out, if at all possible, you just want to cover those little brad legs. Okay. So now we can see what our placement is. Where's our fold? You got to watch that fold line. I don't know if you watched a prior video where we were doing a simple folio and I got all the way done to the end and then it wouldn't fold over properly, and I realized that I had glued a pocket down over where it was supposed to fold. What a disaster. You know, that did not work out well at all. So, yeah, you gotta always watch. Mind where your fold is. Oh my heavens. Really. If you can, ink it. You know, that's always a good way to do. If you can, ink it so you know where that fold is. Okay, so that looks like it's good. So we're going to glue this down. Yeah, I'm extra cautious now of that silly fold, where that fold is. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna push that down good. We're gonna get in this pocket and make sure that glue isn't coming out and getting in places we don't want it to be. Yay. Let's see. I like to get a little extra glue up here at the top where things are coming in and out, and has the most stress, I think. So I like to get an extra bit. Just make sure it's all the way up at the top. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we want to do the top part. And that's going to go right here. Now this top part doesn't have to have a wing. That right about there. It has to come up like this though. So it does have to have a hinge. It does have to have a hinge. So we'll measure that. And we're going to fold that in this way. Okay. And so we want that to be, well, we measured it, didn't we? And okay, wait a minute. Maybe we can round the corners right now. That would be good because I rounded these corners. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. So we're going to glue that down. Okay, so it's going to go like this and like that. So there we have it. Okay. There. Nice. Alright, so then when that opens, it's going to be like that. Now you could cover this if you want. I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. Let's see. So we want, where's my pencil? We want this. We want this all lined up. So I'm looking at these two sides here, making sure those get lined up. Good. And then about right there. So just going to eyeball, looking at where this one is and coming up. We're going to eyeball that. And my pokey tool. Where is it? Okay. So right there. Right there. And then this guy, just gonna eyeball the middle of it and ink up around it like we did the other side. Put in our brad. Put in our brad. Okay. Turn these legs down. And again, now this one, this is going to show. Okay, so it's not going to hamper anything coming in and out because it's the lid, as it were, right? But that's not pretty. So I'm just going to take something and cover it. Or maybe we will cover. Maybe we'll just use this paper and cover. How about that? So yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to, but you know, changing our mind is our prerogative, is it not? So yeah, I'm just going to cover it with the blue, just because, you know, I didn't mind the white side of the watercolor paper, but I do mind, you know, the brad legs showing, so we're just going to take care of that. So I'm going to get this lined up. On there, good. Easier to go this way with it. Okay. There we go. And now we can just take our scissors and just trim it off. This is a lot easier than measuring and trying to get it exactly the right measurement. You know, if you can just glue something down and then trim it off, I think you're much better off than trying to measure and get that right. So, yep. So that is that. This is going to be stuck down right here. Okay. So again, I'm just eyeballing those things and what have you. So, okay. Let's just get, that's all okay. Get some glue on here. Right. And get this lined up and in the right spot. And then press it down. Okay. I'm going to put that on the glue, and I am going to give this a good little press. There we are. Perfect. Now we're going to get a string and wrap around there for a closure. And I have to think about what we want for a closure, you know, for the folio itself. I'm going to have to think about the closure for this. But that's where we're going to stop for today, guys. So I thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this project. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and join me on the next part where I'm hoping we just finish this up at that point. So until then, take care of you, love each other, and I apologize for my fingernails. Don't look at them. I have a hard time getting polish to stay for any length of time. I put on the polish and before I know it, it's already chipped off and stuff, and so I apologize for that. But anyway, take take care of you, love each other, and I'll see you again. Bye.